I didn't want to be a movie star, first of all. I just felt people in LA and movie industry, they were all messed up. I didn't want to be like
Goldie Hawn. For decades, her name has meant joy, resilience, and irresistible charm. But behind that luminous smile lies a story far more complicated. A life filled with dazzling triumphs, heartbreaking losses, and truths that Hollywood often tried to bury. Today, on Hollywood Star News, we uncover the untold story of the woman who shattered stereotypes, won an Academy Award in her very first major film, and later faced struggles her fans never expected. Goldie Hawn was born on November 21, 1945, in Washington, D.C. Her father was a band musician, her mother ran a dance school, and her childhood was touched by quiet tragedy. Before Goldie was born, the family had lost a son, a grief that left an invisible shadow in their home. But Goldie found light on the stage. By the age of 3, she was already dancing, and by 10, she was performing in the Nutcracker. At 19, she gave up her studies at American University. She wanted more than a classroom could give her. She wanted a life in the arts. That choice set her on a daring path. With barely a few $100s, her pet poodle, and nothing more than determination, she packed a car and drove across the country. In the desert, her car broke down. Stranded, she could easily have gone home. But Goldie pressed forward. That moment, when she turned disaster into possibility, was a glimpse of the resilience that would define her entire career. Television audiences first met her on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Covered in body paints or laughing mid-sentence, she became America's sweetheart almost overnight. But the bubbly, dumb blonde was only a role. Beneath it, Goldie was sharp, ambitious, and unwilling to be underestimated. Hollywood might have wanted a caricature. Goldie wanted a career. Her chance came in Cactus Flower, 1969. Playing a young fiancé opposite Walter Matthau, she stole every scene and shocked the world by winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Few actors ever win on their first major film. Goldie did. But instead of resting on that glory, she made it the beginning of her fight for control over her career. The 1970s and 1980s were her proving ground. Studios doubted her, critics pigeonholed her, powerful men dismissed her. Yet, Goldie kept pushing. In Private Benjamin, she not only starred, but produced. Executives sneered that no one would pay to see a female-led army comedy. Goldie proved them wrong. The film made nearly $70 million, turned her into a bankable force, and earned her Oscar and Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress. Behind the glamour, her personal life was turbulent. Her first marriage to Gus Triconis faded. Her second, to musician Bill Hudson, gave her 2 children, Oliver and Kate, both destined for stardom themselves. But the marriage ended bitterly, sparking public feuds and leaving lasting scars. Then came the love story that defined her life. Goldie first met Kurt Russell in 1968 on a film set. At the time, she was 21, he was just 16, and though she thought he was adorable, he was too young. 15 years later, they reunited while filming Swing Shift. This time, sparks flew. Their first date ended with them breaking into a house they wanted to look at, only to be caught by police. It was a chaotic beginning, but the start of a partnership that has lasted over 40 decades. Unlike most Hollywood couples, they never married. For them, love was a daily choice, not a legal contract. "Every morning, I choose him, and he chooses me," Goldie has said. Together, they raised a blended family of 4 children, creating a home filled with laughter, loyalty, and resilience, something rare in an industry built on illusions. But Goldie's road in Hollywood was not always kind. She faced moments of humiliation and betrayal from some of the industry's most powerful men. Kirk Douglas dismissed her as little more than decoration. Warren Beatty, when rejected, quietly spread rumors that she was difficult. Chevy Chase mocked her on set, interrupting her lines. Bill Murray, during a rehearsal, sneered at her that she should try acting like she ever done drama before. Each time, Goldie made the same choice. She didn't explode. She didn't create scandal. She simply walked away. Her silence, in the end, spoke louder than their words. Through the 80s and 90s, she became a box office titan. Audiences adored her in Overboard, where her chemistry with Kurt Russell was undeniable. She kept them laughing in Bird on a Wire with Mel Gibson, and in The First Wives Club, she delivered one of her most iconic performances. That film grossed $181 million worldwide, her career's biggest success. By then, her films had collectively earned billions, cementing her not just as a star, but as a Hollywood icon. And yet, time spares no one. After stepping back from the spotlight for years, Goldie returned to the Academy Awards in 2025, walking hand in hand with Kurt Russell. The audience erupted in applause. But then came a moment that left viewers uneasy. As she prepared to read the teleprompter, she hesitated. Turning to co-presenter Andrew Garfield, she whispered, "Sweetheart, could you read that? I'm completely blind. Cataracts." The room gave a sympathetic laugh, but fans watching felt a sting of sadness. This was the same woman who had once lit up Hollywood with effortless energy, now vulnerable under the brightest lights. And yet, even in that fragile moment, Goldie remained herself, honest, funny, brave enough to admit weakness in front of millions. That is what always set her apart. She wasn't just performing roles. She was showing us how to live, how to laugh through sorrow, how to stand tall when underestimated, and how to choose love even when life is messy. At 79 years old, Goldie Hawn is far more than a Hollywood star. She is a living legend. Her story is both a celebration and a reminder that behind every glittering smile is a storm we may never see. She proved that resilience can outshine even the harshest spotlight, and that true strength often lies not in confrontation, but in walking away with grace. And now, we ask you, if you were in Goldie's shoes, facing the pressures of fame, the prejudice of an unforgiving industry, and the whispers of powerful men, would you walk away in silence as she did, or fight back publicly? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep uncovering the untold truths of Hollywood's brightest legends, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because here at Hollywood Star News, we bring you the real stories behind the glittering lights.